Okay, so I've clicked on the live button and I'm not going to dive into this until somebody comments and lets me know they can see me and hear me. And whilst it's doing that, I'll just make sure I can see it. Okay, I've just had an alert to say it's gone live. Okay, so looking good from my end. If you're here, do please let me know. I can see people piling in, which is lovely. I'm just going to share this. If you don't mind waiting just a second. Let's go into share. Copy link. I shouldn't really be talking through this, should I? Live now. There we go. Beautiful. So I can see the comments from within StreamYard, which is the product I'm using to go live here in LinkedIn. So do let me know in the comments if you've got any questions, and do tell me where in the world you are. As we go through this process today, I will be focusing obviously on the product, but I also I'll also keep popping back to the comments, and I'm sure there'll be some people from Juji who will drop in, and they may answer some of your questions. If I don't know the answer to a question, then don't worry, I will come back to you at a later stage. Not a problem. Oh yeah, people are dropping in. Lovely. Do let me know in the comments where in the world you're from. That'd be lovely. What we're going to look at today is how we use Juji. Fantastic. People are commenting. We're going to look at automating the generation of a student onboarding chatbot. Obviously, it could be an employee's onboarding. It could be onboarding for literally anything. But we're going to focus in on students today, something that most people can relate to. My dog's barking. I know why, it's the children outside. So we'll go through that element of it. It's very interesting that when you watch any kind of demonstrations of conversational AI platforms, whether it's on YouTube or LinkedIn, whatever it is, it's very rare that they're actually doing what we've been doing at Juji and actually applying it to like a real life scenario and doing it live, which is, it's got its risks. Because things can go wrong, but I think it sticks in people's minds if you can do that. Bear with me, I've got comments coming in, but they're not showing in Juji. Yeah, so lots of people will demo their product, but it'll be the same demo every single time. They don't apply it to a setting, to a niche, to an environment. And I think by doing this, it makes people think differently. So let's get into it, because we haven't got that much time. So let me just flick across. Here we go. There we go. So if you haven't seen Juji before, this is what it looks like. Obviously without me in the bottom corner, but that is the interface. And you can build an unlimited amount of chatbots in there. What I find really useful about Juji is I can do lots of testing and building. I'm in a different staging area this time, but on my other account, I must be over 100 chatbots now, because I'm testing all the time. I'm building, I'm practicing, I'm doing these demos. And the great thing is you can just keep building them. For any of you out there that are interested in learning the Juji platform or want to get your hands dirty, you can sign up today, not a problem. Sign up for Juji and you get every feature they've got out of the box. There's not like a limited demo, you get everything. And you can just play to your heart's content. And it's not until you deploy it to a live environment and start using it in the real world that you have to pay. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. If you see me looking over here, I'm going to be looking at my notes. So if you've never been in Juji before or never seen one of my demos, You've got the chatbots, which will be listed here. And to add one, I can click create new chatbots. Alternatively, I could import one. And the import is really easy. So you can export your chatbot, obviously, and then you can just basically send it as a file via email or messaging or whatever it is. And then you just simply click import, and it's that fast, which is fantastic when you're working with someone and you want to show them how to do a certain thing. So you can create the chatbot that does that certain thing, share it with them, they can go in and learn. But we're just going to create today. You'll see I've got two options. I've got Facebook Messenger and I've got website. We're going to go website, as I always do in these demos. And then we've got the option blank template or find a chatbot template. We're going to choose a template today. You'll notice across the top that we've got the niches, general, HR, education, and healthcare, or you can see them all, like so. But for today, obviously, we're doing student onboarding. So we're going to use the education. And the one we want, let's make sure I get this right, otherwise it all messes up, is this one here, the learning assistant onboarding. So you'll notice here that this card has the little brain icon in the right-hand side. That means it's had the generative AI treatment. If you don't know what that is, then go back through some of my past videos, which are all here on the Juji page, and you'll learn about those elements. But you're going to see a little element of it today. And if I wanted to, I can click and view a chat example. Oh, it's not working in this because I'm in staging. So we're going to work in, we're just going to create it. So click create. You get two options, straight into preview, or you can do a bit of customization. We're going to customize. You can customize manually, or you can use AI to help. And the information that the chatbot needs for that customization will depend on the template. But very basic template today, because we're going to show a feature that I think you're going to love. Okay, so it says, give me something to start with here on the left, and it's looking for a program name. You can see I've already done it. I've already tested this several times just to make sure that today would go smooth. So we're going to click it. And then all we need to do is just click generate sample chat. So what it does is it goes away. This is the first element where it's using generative AI. So it's doing the prompt out to ChatGPT, and then it's pulling this back in. And what it does, it basically gives me an example of what the conversation would look like. So Juji Chatbot says, hi, Mary, I'm Juji Chatbot. Obviously, you wouldn't keep it as Juji Chatbot. You'd give it its own name. Your AI onboarding assistant, love that. Welcome to the computer science program. So it's picked that up, obviously, from the program name that we gave here. And then we're just going to click apply. Now, this process, as it says, normally takes 1 to 2 minutes. It's pretty quick. Well, you saw the speed of that. That took less than 10 seconds, which is absolutely fantastic. If you've got any questions, do ask who we got. Fancy, pleasure to see you too. Juji, it's super easy. It really is. Rupesh, hi. We got an AI digital marketing expert. Oh, you'll enjoy this. Okay, so let's get back into the demo. So the chatbot has been created from the template, and it's added in the program details. And you can see all the elements are here. Again, if you don't understand these elements, go back and watch all the other videos that I've done. And what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly preview. So we'll jump in. Obviously, this chatbot's not been finished yet, and it's certainly not been deployed, but we can have a quick preview to see what it looks like. So, say, can you tell me a bit about yourself? So we're going to put this. I've got a bit of text here. Where is it? So just like a potential customer would, we're typing a message. And the message is, I'm still a stay-at-home dad whilst I am, learn to type, Jim, taking care of my kids. I'd like to learn some new skills, so I enrolled on your computer science program. So it's quite a lengthy dialogue, but let's see how Juji does with it. So, and we can see here Juji's come back. So he's understood the intent and responded with, that's a great decision to make for yourself and your family. And then you'll notice in brackets, it says AI synthesize. So that's really for the conversational designer to realize that that dialogue was created by AI effectively. So if they wanted to, they could go in and obviously later on you would remove that bit in brackets and know that it's doing the right thing. It's just for testing purposes. And then Juji comes straight back with, that's great to hear, Jim, remembering my name. What are your learning goals for the computer science program? There you go. Continues the conversation. Let's go back into the design. Again, if you've got any questions, just ask them. Let me just check to see if there's any more questions. I'm not seeing any anywhere. Do tell me where in the world you are. So if you've not been into Juji before, I'll just quickly explain this. So we're in the kind of chat flow of the design area here. In the center, we've got the Q&A board. You might call it FAQs. And then we've got the settings element over here. So what we're going to do is go into the Q&A board. So typically, if you're adding Q&As into a brand new deployment, you've used a template, you're going in, you're going to start adding your FAQ, your Q&As, FAQs. So what you can do is actually download the CSV, and then that gives you basically the layout, the format. You can manually type in or import all of your FAQs, and some businesses will have a lot, into that, and then you can re-upload it, check it, manually make any alterations you need to make. Or you can manually just add in particular FAQs. So you'll notice I click the Add Q&A button, and I can add the question here on the left, and then I can add in the answer on the right. Again, lots of videos of me doing that kind of thing. For anybody who's not been involved in kind of chatbot development, you can spend an awful lot of time manually doing FAQs. So if there's any way to speed it up, then that's what you should be looking at. But rather than go into that, you can watch it in the other videos. I've done lots of that. We're going to look at another feature. So over here on the right, you've got this generate Q&A from web pages. So basically, effectively from a URL. And where we've typically used this in the background is you would just put the website of the college or the university or the learning provider, and then click auto generate, and it will go to that site, and then it will generate some FAQs. But a new feature that Juji are launching is the ability to actually interrogate a PDF. So I've got one here, which I'm going to put the link in for, and I'll show you that PDF in a second. So all you do is you add in the URL, and you'll notice it says auto-generate Q&As from one or more web pages. Enter URLs below, one URL per line. So you could do, for example, several PDFs, or you could do PDF plus specific pages from a website, perhaps. Especially if you were talking about a particular program, you might want to just take the Q&A, automatically load in the Q&As about that particular program, and then do the other more general questions manually, or load them in separately, of course. And then all you need to do is just click auto generate. So you can see it says here, now processing that PDF. And then we have a progress bar at the bottom. And I'm just going to let it do that. And whilst it's doing that, I'm going to show you the PDF. So do tell me if you can see this PDF now in the comments. There's a 20-second delay, so I don't want to talk about the PDF until you can see it. There you go. I can see it on my other screen. It's just appeared. So this is the PDF, and if we look, it is a solid 20 pages worth of PDF. So this could be, for example, an employee handbook. It could be a student handbook. It could be any PDF that has relevant information for the audience that's going to be going through the conversation. And if we go through this one, which is a program guidebook around the Bachelor of Science Computer Science, a lot of information, very text heavy. If I was given this task manually to go through this and manually generate the FAQs or the Q&As, it'd be a lengthy task. You know, it's a good few hours work. But because Juji have implemented this ability to share the link to the PDF and then it will interrogate it, saves a lot of time. So you can go do, and it talks about understanding the competency-based approach, accreditation, degree plan. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if it's still going. How you interact with the faculty, connecting with other mentors and fellow students, orientation, transferability of prior college work. And you'll notice there's a link there to click to the student handbook. Interesting, if you click that link, it goes to the student handbook, which is on a web page. Now, if that was a PDF, obviously we could use this same process and pull in that student handbook. Imagine how much time that could save you, rather than having to go through the student handbook, which could be quite a lot of information, going through that manually and putting those FAQs in. And it talks about continuous enrollment. We're only on page 4. So there's a lot of stuff in there. Standard path, talks about the different paths, changes to the curriculum, general education. Yeah, an immense amount of detail in there. So let's now flick back to Juji, because obviously it's had to interrogate that. And we can say here, see here, it says it's done. So we'll click close and we'll go back into the preview. Remember, we've not done any really manual work on developing this chatbot. And that's a phenomenal amount of time that you save. And the first question it comes back with, tell me a little about yourself. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask a series of questions that we know we're not in the Q&A because we would have seen them. And we're going to ask, what are the requirements for the CS program? So that's computer science program. Let's hit that. There you go. So it brings back some information that I have not manually put in there. So it must have pulled that from somewhere, and we know it would have pulled it from the PDF. Quite a lot of text. I like the way Juji does this. It actually breaks up the text. So we can see the next element. And now this is really important. If you remember, Juji asked here, can you tell me a bit about yourself? And I didn't tell Juji about myself. I interrupted with another question. Then Juji gave me the answer to the question and then got me straight back on track. And do you know how challenging that is to do in most conversational AI platforms, especially in a no-code platform? It's literally impossible, I think, in no-code, but it just does it here. So let's ask it another question. The question is, will every student get a personal mentor? We asked the question. Remember, Juji was on the path asking me to say a little bit about myself, and I've interrupted it again. Again, if you've got any questions, do let me know. Oh, thanks. I'm still looking at the PDF file. Let me just switch it across. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's take a step back. What I'm going to do is come out the design. Let me just copy that so I don't have to type it. Let's go back into the design and then back into the preview. Do let me know if you can see that now. Okay, remember now that we've not really done any manual work on this chatbot. So Juji introduced herself and then asked me to say a bit about myself. So we're going to interrupt. Can you? What are the requirements for this computer science program? And then it comes back with an answer. Remember, I have not put that answer in manually. This has been generated from checking out the PDF, from interrogating the PDF. Very, very clever. And then Juji comes back and said, well, it's time to go back to our flow. Can you tell me a bit about yourself? So this is what I'm talking about, that ability for the customer, the student, whoever it might be, to interrupt the conversational flow, get the answer to their question, which has been auto-generated from a PDF, and then Juji automatically get back to the original conversation. Absolutely superb. Please let me know if you've seen that elsewhere. And then what we'll do is we'll ask a second question. And this is, will every student get a personal mentor? Make sure it's typed right. I don't want to mess up my demo. Ask the question. Remember, we're interrupting the flow that Juji was on again. And then Juji comes back with, yes, every student will be assigned a program mentor who is an expert in their field of study and will provide regular program level guidance and support throughout the program. Again, remember, I didn't type that question and answer. That was auto-generated. And then Juji, straight back on track, back into the conversation that it originally wanted. Just beautiful. Let's do it again. And the question this time is, what will be inside my degree plan? Your degree plan will include a list of courses, learning resources and assessments needed to earn your degree. Again, look at how well this is written. It will also establish a study plan based on your strengths and development needs. The courses in the degree plan are referred to as the standard path, but may be personalized based on pre-assessments and discussions with your program mentor. Again, AI synthesized based on data in brackets, which obviously you would remove. So we click more, basically saying we want to continue. Juji, straight back into the conversational flow. And I've pointed this out several times, the ability for Juji to go off path, answer questions, and directly come straight back into the path without the user then having to re-prompt for the start of the whole conversation. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you saw how quickly I did that. How long have we been live now? Not long, about 20 minutes, I think. Let me just check, bear with me. 23 minutes. I've managed to create that from a template and then pull data from a very lengthy PDF, build a chatbot and demo it and talk about it whilst I'm demoing it. So you could probably cut that time in half. I think I could build a pretty good student onboarding chatbot in 10 minutes. With other platforms, you're talking hours and hours of work. And I think this is where the real joy of Juji is. If you bear with me, I'm just going to change the view. So that's Juji. Let me just see if there's any questions. Hello. Yeah. If you've got any questions, do let me know. I will keep an eye on this live. You know, you can play it over and over again. And if you've got any questions, just ask them in there. Feel free to reach out and connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on there. I create a ton of content, and you can ask me questions. If you're looking for a personal demo of Juji, do let me know. Even if it's outside of that student onboarding, student recruitment niche, there's plenty of ways where Juji can be powerful. And if you've got any real technical questions, then do reach out to any of the Juji team. They are very knowledgeable, very skillful. Yeah, that's it. That is how quick and easy it is. I sometimes feel a bit guilty for doing these demos because Juji is so bloody easy. It is a simple product to use. I must admit, when I first started using it, because the interface is so different, I was a bit lost. But once you get used to the way the platform works and the consistency across the UX has been given a lot of thought, by the way. It is just a beautiful platform to work on. And you don't need to be technical. Remember, this is true no-code. You know, a lot of platforms claim to be no-code, but they're actually low-code. This is a true no-code platform, and you can do so much with it. Absolute genius. For the conversational designers out there or people that just want to learn new platforms, dive in. As I said before, you can use it to your heart's content, build as many chatbots as you like, learn how the platform works. And I do advise people who are getting into conversational design to come and use Juji because it's fully featured, it's no code, and you can create pretty amazing chatbots. And there's quite a few people who can test to that. So thank you, everybody. We're approaching the half hour. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate your time and look forward to the weekend. I'll be doing another one of these in a couple of weeks' time. If you've got anything particular you want showing, then just message me and I could do a live on that as well. Take care, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.